up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We are down here, honey, to talk about Beverly Hills Housewives. I actually just watched it this morning. I did my little morning routine, and then while I was, getting ready, I watched it and took notes. Actually, I did pretty good. So we'll get started. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. And we are down here, honey, listening to Beyonce with Big Frida on the track. It's already hot. It's 7:13 in the AM, and it is 79 degrees right now. Aw, look at the doggy. Love a cute little dog. This man and this woman are walking their dogs. So I'm gonna park in the regular parking space today because somebody didn't get the memo. They must be new, you know. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. And we are down here, honey. I always think this is a piece of lint right here, and it's part of the design. And I always be like, when I see it, I'd be like, oh, let me get it off of my shirt. But it's part of the design every time. It's very distracting. It's very distracting. So let's get started. Did you already hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you want to do? I'm down here, honey, and let me crack it. Let me crack it. Okay, so hopefully everybody's doing well. Let's get this microphone together. Let's see. You won't break my soul. Yesterday, my son was like, "I like Beyonce's voice." And then we went into the store, and we were picking out some stuff, and all of a sudden he was like, "You won't break my soul." I was like, "Oh, is it a catchy tune?" He was like, "Yeah, I like that song. What song is that? What's that song called?" I said, "That's her new song." He was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "I like that song. I like Beyonce's voice." All right, so we start off going back to going back to Diana's room. After they had dinner, they went back to Diana's room to have a nightcap. It was Kyle, Crystal, and Sutton, Diana, and Erica. So no Dory and no Rinna. Kyle or Sutton tells Diana at some point that she promises not to yell at her on the boat tomorrow. They talked about their ex-husbands. Are they cool with their ex-husbands? Kyle shares that she's cool with her ex-husband still. I didn't know Kyle married an Indian dude. I did not know that. Asian dude. I did not know that. This whole time. I've seen him before. They've showed his pictures before, and she's talked about how they're good friends. But I don't know why I never did recognize that he was an Asian man. Anyways, Kyle says, I am not wearing no white man. I'm going to go from an Asian man to a Mexican man, honey. Her mother probably told her. I wonder what advice. There's a show on Amazon. I think it is on Amazon. Y'all told me to watch it about Kyle and her mother. But I wonder what she told them in terms of partnering. I know she told them don't marry no slouches, but we'll see. Anyway, Diana says that she's cool with her husband, her ex-husband. They had a happy divorce settlement. She said she didn't think that anything was going to be wrong when they had the divorce. They just split everything. And they even showed like an article that said it was a happy divorce. She got half of everything, and they're still cool with each other. Crystal, Garcelle, and Sutton are sitting down talking the next morning, and they talked about how Erica and Sutton were the Bobbsey twins. Sutton said, "Don't go that far. Don't take it that far." But she said Erica wouldn't shut up, and they think that Erica is not shutting up. They think Erica's not shutting up because she wants to kind of distract it. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Nobody's going to ask me questions. I'll just be distracting, right? I don't know. Garcelle is very opinionated, which I really love. She has an opinion, and I love that she voices her opinion too. I love that she asks questions. She's not afraid to ask questions. I love that Sutton says she's going to get her a can opener because she always opens up a can of worms. Yeah, because I have questions. I have questions, and y'all not going to sit around me and act like everything is hunky dory. Who's hunky dory? Yeah, we're not acting like that. So y'all, I appreciate that about Garcelle. And I have something else to say about Garcelle, and I have something to say about the way that people are framing her relationship with Sutton. It's not a lot of people, but I see a lot of comments almost like Garcelle doesn't have to be Sutton, this white woman's guard dog or bodyguard or whatever like that, or like she doesn't have to protect Sutton. And I keep seeing that. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys don't, maybe you don't have friends that are not black. I don't understand why you would frame it that way. This is just a woman who is a friend and she's sticking up for her friend. The fact that Sutton is white and Garcelle is black, you shouldn't, when she's sticking up for Sutton, you shouldn't frame it as if Garcelle is sticking up for this white woman and this white woman can stick up for herself. Garcelle is sticking up for her friend who happens to be white. I don't know why that made, I was like, why do I keep seeing that? Like, like Garcelle doesn't have to be Sutton's bodyguard. She doesn't have to protect Sutton. Maybe she feels like she does. Have you ever had a friendship where you felt like you wanted to stick up for the person? I have. I just didn't like that. I don't like that framing. I don't like seeing that. When I see those comments like that, I'm like, maybe you just don't have non-black friends. And so if you see a black woman sticking up for a white woman, maybe you're lit up by that. But it's just a friend sticking up for a friend. Anyways, Sutton tells Crystal, we need to move on. Like when we already got over that, because she said, what you said, um, because Sutton mentions that Erica called her a liar. Wait a minute. No, somebody called somebody a liar, called me a liar too. And then Crystal brings up that Sutton called her a liar too. And they were talking about how hurtful it was. And Sutton reminds her, we already talked about that. Let's not go back. Let's not bring it up again. She's like, no, we're not going to bring it. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not trying to bring it up. I'm just saying. And then she says, well, then they start talking about how it looks like Crystal is manipulative because she holds on to things and then she kind of brings it up later. And she explains that she's processing. And then in another conversation, Dorit, Kyle, and Renna are having, like I said, it's they are assuming, just like I am, that this is something that comes second nature to her, like she's been doing it all her life. Because it's just like as quick as she was able to throw Sutton under the bus when she was trying to back out of what Garcelle asked her. And ironically, what Garcelle asked her, she ended up in that moment doing what Garcelle was accusing her of. But she says she's internally processing things, and that's the reason why she doesn't say anything. And they were like, "Oh, okay, we get it, we get it, we get it, all right, whatever." But we'll see. And then it was funny that she said, Sutton at one point, she was like, "Yeah, see, I had figured that out." She said that to Garcelle, and Garcelle said, "That's good, Fancy Drew." Oh, she's like, "Oh yeah, Fancy Drew is on the case, honey. Put a Virgo on the case. We will be on the case. Trust me." And then when it's time to lay out the evidence, we're going to have a PowerPoint, a filing cabinet, everything to get it. You sure? Don't put a Virgo on the case, honey, because we're going to find out. Anyway, so the next day they are going to on the yacht. Diana makes a comment about the yacht not being as big as the yachts that she has chartered. She says that size matters when it comes to yachts. Yachts is another level of luxury that is something that you must experience. And she's like, size does matter. It was a nice yacht. It was nice. That's why her ass got stung by a jellyfish, trying to be funny and trying to flee the boat, trying to jump off the boat and swim to the shore. That jellyfish was like, "Bitch, get your ass back in that damn yacht." Girl, Erica has taken a couple of Xanax and some margaritas, and we all know that we're not mixing prescription drugs with alcohol. That is a recipe for disaster, bitch. And when Sutton mentioned Natalie Wood, no shade, but Natalie Wood fell off a boat. Well, we don't know. My grandmother always felt like that was not an accident. My grandmother used to be like, that was not an accident. Natalie Wood, when she who was Natalie Wood married to? Robert somebody. Hold on, Natalie Wood. And they thought that he did it. Her husband at the time. She was married to Robert Wagner. Yeah, a lot of people think that it says this was 4 weeks ago. Robert Wagner clear as Natalie Wood case goes cold. Will we ever know what happened to Natalie Wood? Sketchy source says Robert Wagner apparently racked with regret over Natalie Wood investigation. That was a day ago, honey. Yes, Wagner. Robert Wagner used to be so handsome. But yeah, she died in the waters of Catalina, and a lot of people they said she fell over the boat, but a lot of people feel like it says drowning and other undetermined factors. So when Sutton mentioned Natalie Wood, she was like, "We not having Natalie Wood," and that's what I felt like with Erica getting on that boat drunk. I was like, "Girl, she's too drunk, and she got on heels. Take her shoes off." Even Kyle made a mention about her shoes when they were getting on the boat. Erica, she said she was lit, honey. She was like, "I'm drunk." She was just letting the people know. She said, "I'm drunk." She was laying on the boat. She was reminiscing, talking too much, talking too much. She said, okay, first she said, I think she realized she was talking too much. She was like, "Okay, I'll be quiet." I think she said, "Okay, I'll be quiet now." But she had that hat on her head. She was fucked up. Kyle was trying to get her to drink Coca-Cola. She was like, have some more Coke. You didn't drink any of your Coke. And she was like, "You need the caffeine." She was laid. When I tell you Erica was laid out, she was laid out. She finally gets up. No, on the back of the boat, Diana and Sutton and Garcelle are like sitting on like the top, and they're getting some sun, and Sutton is saying she doesn't have any sunblock on. And Garcelle asked Diana, like, "Where are you from? Like, where's like your family? What is your family from? I don't know too much about you. Like, what's up?" And she's like, she asked her, did she have any siblings? And she said something about her brother died when he was 19 during an ethnic cleansing in Bosnia. I guess he was in some kind of peace army. And the father had to identify him. She says it was pretty awful. And then at that moment, Sutton goes, "Yeah, it's really hard because," and then she like kind of relates to Diana, um, and says, "Yeah, when my father died by suicide, it's almost like you don't get a chance to say anything. You don't get a chance to say goodbye or anything like that." And so Diana took that as not that this woman is trying to relate to me with a vulnerable story of her own, but that she's talking about herself. How did you guys take it? Did you guys take it that Sutton was talking about herself, or did you take it that she was trying to relate to her and share something vulnerable about herself as well in that vulnerable moment? Because I feel like some people do that. Like they don't want the person to feel all by themselves when they're sharing something, sensitive like that. So they then share something too to let them know, like, okay, this is a safe space. We're sharing. So I don't know. Diana took it one way. It does. I mean, I guess because she has a bias filter already on for Sutton, because Sutton yelled at her, and I think she's done with Sutton. She said you only get to do that one time. Diana walks away from the conversation. She gets her bag and she walks away from the conversation. Erica finally gets up. Erica's been upstairs trying to get her bearings together. She finally comes down. They're getting their grub on, honey. They're eating. I really love that they are showing them eating a lot like eating. I love it. Um, she comes down. They're all excited that she came. She finally, is with the people. And so she sits down and then she's still talking shit. She asked Crystal, would she do a threesome with Rob, with another man or with another woman? And Crystal's like not really answering. And then Garcelle says, what another woman? And then she was like, me, Rob, and Crystal. And she was like, and then Erica was like, oh yeah. She was like, she asked Crystal, she was like, okay, so what if me and Garcelle pulled up in an Uber and was like, we coming in to to have sex, we getting ready to come in? And then Crystal's silly ass was like, what kind of Uber? She was like, girl, it don't matter, the pussy is here. I said, I know that's right. That's the Erica I like. This old thieving ass with the married to a, but baby, she got Sutton when she said, are doctors' wives responsible for the doctor's actions? I said, oh, that's a good one, Erica. You should have said that. You should have said that last season. You should have said that last season. That was a good point. Sutton didn't have anything to say. I was like, oh yeah, that was good. That was good. Because she asked, do you feel anything about it? And she was like, no, I don't feel anything about it. She was like, should a doctor's wife be held accountable for like a doctor's malpractice issues? And she was like, that's an interesting point. No, she got you with that one. I was like, oh yeah, she did. She did. That's a good point. It's a very good point. I did not look in the mirror to wrap this scarf this morning. Look, at all. Look, I did not. It was one little piece that was sticking up right here that I just pushed down, but I did not look in the mirror to wrap this scarf. That's crazy, huh? And the shirt is like it's like big this morning. I was like, why is this shirt looking so big? Is the diva dropping inches? Girl, what's going on? What's going on? That was funny when she was like, what kind of Uber? She was like, girl, don't matter. The pussy is here. I know that's right. Diana jumps off the boat. She's trying to get away. So she gets bit by a jellyfish. And Erica says, go pee on a new girl. Garcelle, go pee on a new girl. She was like, I'm gonna have a fetish I'm gonna have a fetish. And then somebody said, what? She was like, you heard me. I said, I know that's right, girl. Do not kink shame, okay? Do not kink shame. Go pee on And it was so funny because somebody had said earlier, if I get stung by a jellyfish, are you guys going to pee on me? She was like, I want all of y'all to pee on me or something like that. But they had antiseptic for her. They came and wiped it on her leg or whatever. She was trying to flee to the shore. Then they start talking about their signs and Virgos and Cancers. So Erica's mother is a Virgo. Girl. And is Sutton's mom a Cancer? And I think Erica is a Cancer. I used to think that my mother is a Cancer. Did I ever tell y'all that both of my children are the same signs as my parents? Right. Thanks. Isn't that funny? But yeah, my mom is a Cancer. And I used to always think, because of our relationship, I used to always think that Cancers and Virgos did not get along. And one of my good friends is a Cancer, but he's a guy, so that might be the difference. I'm trying to see Erica Jane's birthday. Yeah, July 10th. She is a Cancer. So her mother was like no nonsense, not very like sensitive. And they talked about it's really where we're from. She talked about her mother being cold. Sutton, baby, they showed that clip of Sutton's mother talking about Sutton's mother. I can't remember that actress that she looks like. Y'all know who I'm talking about. God dog it. That white lady actress, Sutton's mother looks like her. By the time I edit this video, I'm gonna find who that woman is. I'm gonna put that lady's picture up. Hopefully I can find it. Hopefully I can find that lady, because I have no idea what that lady's name is. She played in I feel like I just saw her face. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because it's really gonna bother me. But I love that Erica described them as steel magnolias, and how, that's just culture and how they are. But the mother was like, no, she was like, I don't miss him. Right. Like, you have an image of your father. And my experience is different. He died by suicide. So I have no problem. I don't miss him. She was like, you don't? Like, what? Wait, you don't miss my dad? No, I don't. You can miss your dad. I don't have to miss him for you to feel how you feel. I love that. Anyway, Sutton and Garcelle are on the phone as they're getting ready to go to dinner. I think they're going to have dinner. So Garcelle calls Sutton on FaceTime, honey, so they could gossip for a little while, talking about Erica. Like, girl, she was so drunk. And they're like, yeah, you're not supposed to mix alcohol and prescription drugs. And she's like, well, we'll see. I think she's just trying to kind of deflect and not really talk about stuff that that's going on, and she doesn't have to answer questions. That's Garcelle. They're on the case. Fancy Drew Incorporated. They're on the case. I really love Sutton and Garcelle's relationship. And that's why it bothered me to see people saying that Garcelle was sticking up for this white woman and she doesn't have to be the protector of this white woman. I was like, dang, do y'all act like that with all your non-black friends? Like, I don't know. I didn't like that. And that's why I feel like, because I feel like their relationship is very organic. Okay. I feel like their relationship is organic, and I feel like it's like real, especially like just in the way that they're one-offs to each other, not even in conversation, but just kind of how they play off of each other. I like it. I like it. They're having shots. Erica's like, I'm not having a shot. Cheers to being awake, honey, because that girl was knocked out. Um, Harry Hamlin is going to be playing Tom Brokaw in I don't know, a film or a play or something. And what's her name is going to see him in New York. During that time, Garcelle is actually going to have a birthday party, so Lisa won't be able to come. And she says Denise is coming. And she says Denise is coming, and I really wish that you could be there, telling Lisa Rinna. And Lisa Rinna was like, I text Denise and I had a conversation with Denise. It was very short, but I just, reached out to her and apologized. It was through text and this and that. Garcelle, Fancy Drew Incorporated, they on the case, honey. She was like, let me text. Let me text Denise and ask her, did Rinna text her? So she sends her a message. Why did Denise respond? When? When did she text me, girl? Lisa, why would you lie about that? Because Garcelle's going to check. They are on the case. I told you it's a Scooby-Doo mystery. Clearly it's Fancy Drew. Fancy Drew of Beverly Hills, okay? Um, Diana comes down and she says that, she hasn't really been on a girls' trip, and that she feels loved by the girls and all the girls are spectacular. Garcelle says that's BS. She was like, that woman really, like, she's not. That's not real. Do y'all think it's BS? Everybody is spectacular. Do you think Diana is BS? She's like, it was a full moon, so I was a full moon eclipse, so I was crying the other day. Garcelle, again, she wants to know. I have questions. I want to know. You don't have to answer them. That's one thing. One thing I used to say when somebody would ask me a question and I felt that it was none of their business, I would respond with, it's not important. That's not important information for you to know. You don't need that information. If you have this piece of information, what are you going to do with it? But I used to say, it's not important. It's not important. And what can you say? You could ask me all the questions you want. I don't have to answer them. So Garcelle says to Diana, I felt like when who was trying to ask her? Somebody was trying to ask her about the book. Dorit, I think it was trying to ask her about room 23, and she said, "You really didn't want to talk about it," and I felt it was kind of rude. So she said, and she says, "Well, I don't really like to brag on myself. I don't like talking about myself, so I get shy when it's time to talk about myself." Heard that book is going for over $500 on Amazon. Is what I heard. Oh, look at the little dogs. Diana says that Garcelle was the most unwelcoming person to her, and she's missing out on a friendship with her. Sutton and Eric are over there at the end of the table having a conversation, and Sutton is, and they're, everybody's shocked because Sutton and Erica are just being cordial to each other and having shallow conversation. It's nothing, not a big deal, right? Don't take it too far. We are not the Bobbsey twins. So they're talking, and Sutton is telling Erica that she has a date when they go back, and she was like showing the picture of him. I guess she was on Bumble. Did she say Bumble? I think she said Bumble. Um, and so she was like, is he giving Willie Nelson braids? What's going on? She was like, no, he's giving me Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton, when he was with Angelina Jolie, his dirty ass was like attractive because he was like raw. It was like that raw, lustful, primal energy. When Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie were together, they were so, to be like, we just in the car. They were on the red carpet. I forgot what movie it was. And they were on the red carpet, Angelina and Billy Bob Thornton. And I think she told the people, on the red carpet, oh, we just in the car. It was like, girl, yes. And while they were on interview, she'd be kissing him and licking all on his neck and everything like that. Just a mess. Shout out to Angelina Jolie. But yeah, so they were having their little small talk conversation, and Erica says, and then Sutton says, I don't want a boyfriend. Erica says, I don't either. I just want some dick. I just want to have a lot of sex. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Like, there's just some things. That old ass man, I'm sorry. That old ass man, and if Erica was faithful to him, they were probably not having, I'm sure they weren't having sex. Like, that man is old. Tom Girardi is old and Erica is not. I don't even think Erica is 50 years old. And Tom Girardi is 83 years old. That motherfucker was born in 1939, before all of us watching this video. He was born before everybody watching this video. 1939. And Erica, I don't think Erica's 50. I think Erica's like 48 or something. Let's see. I was just on her thing. Oh, she's 50 this year, July 10th. No, she'll be 51. She was born in 1971. She'll be 51 years. Yeah. And, for women reach their sexual prime like in their late 30s, 40s. 40s is crazy. 40s is crazy. And I'm sure she really wants to, you know what I'm saying? So she said, I don't want no boyfriend. I just want a lot of dick. I don't even care what he looks like. I think that's what she said too. Um, Sutton says that her and Erica have a bigger issue because Erica in her interview said she hated Sutton. So she wants to have a conversation of that. And then she says that Erica knows that I'm not scared of her, and that's what scares her. And I think that's a problem that she has, because every one of those women acted like they were intimidated by Erica Jane. She came in ice cold. She came in hard as nails. She came in sharp. You know what I'm saying? And they really tiptoed around Erica. They did. They really did. They acted like they couldn't ask her questions. Even with this whole thing last season, they still kept acting like, and pushing Sutton in the front. No, Sutton, you ask her, since Sutton is not scared of her. So since Sutton's not scared of her, and Erica knows that, that's why she keeps going like, a bitch, I'm coming for you, because you're the one that don't act. These other bitches, they don't fight me back. You fight me back. And she might like the back and forth. Some people are weird like that. And then here comes Dorit. She evidently works with Rodney down at Long-Winded Hope Productions. Because, girl, that bitch was talking and talking and talking. And everybody was like, girl. Even Kyle in her interview, she was like, girl, let's. And then Kyle started laughing. She was like, yeah. And I wrote Long-Winded Dorit. And then right when I wrote that, she was like, she's laughing because I'm long-winded. Yes, girl. Be quiet. Well, will people have gone through what I went through? And everybody, and you know how they do like a time lapse, but they don't, it's not really a time lapse. It's like just like transition that looks like she's been talking for a long time. And that was it for that. Kyle, we know Kyle is a party girl, and on Ultimate Girls Trip, I think it was it her in Kenya? Who was it? Kyle never wanted to go to bed. She never wanted to go to bed. She wants to stay up and drink, which I love that. So Kyle wants to have a nightcap. It was her and Dorit and Diana. She wants to keep the party going. That's what I wrote. Keep the party going. She talked about Sutton screaming at her, and she said the first time her and Sutton sat down, not with the first time, but one of the times they sat down, that Sutton told her that she doesn't like screaming. She doesn't like yelling. She doesn't like screaming. And then, of course, that's what she does to her. She says, you only get to do that once. That's what Diana says. And she was like, because I really could have headbutted her. I'm from Bosnia. I was like, oh, okay. Not headbutted the girl. I ain't heard that before. Bitch, I could have headbutted you. What? So then the next day, they're leaving and they get ready. Did we already do a microphone check? Because every time I notice a microphone, I have to make sure that it is on and ready. Oh, my plug is coming out of my ear. Okay. Anyways, y'all. So after that, they get on the plane, right? Oh, girl, don't fly in my car. They get in the plane and you could hear Sutton asking Diana, could she sit next to her? Could she sit over there? Can I sit with y'all? Diana says, basically, sit in the seat. Sit in the seat that you sat in on the way here, bitch. Diana, if you lick your lips, it must be like a nervous. I wonder if her top lip is dry as fuck. All that damn licking. Diana, what kind of gloss or lip do, like my grandmother used to say, what kind of lip do you have on? Because you been, girl, I'm like, her top lip must be dry as fuck. Anyway, so she said, I see how she likes to retaliate. She likes to play tit for tat. She's like, okay, I got you. That's what Sutton said. Okay, I got you. She said, I'll buy my own plane. And Garcelle says, and yes, you can. Like, yes, don't fucking play. And Garcelle was like, if you send her flowers saying thank you, don't put my name on it. She was like, okay, I won't. Don't put my name on it because I don't like it. Don't tell me. She was like, that's rude. Don't tell me. She was like, were you sitting in the same seat you're sitting? She was like, no, I was sitting over there. She was like, oh, okay, I got this bitch. I got this bitch's number. She's sitting over there. Girl, that was it for the episode, y'all. So we're going to see what's going to happen next week. It looks interesting. Beverly Hills has been, let me tell you, Beverly Hills has been so good this season. It has really been good. And I don't know if it's just the so many group scenes. I just really love, if they could just go on vacation all the time, vacation and eat out and go out to dinner and go out to breakfast and brunch, if they could just do that all the time. I really don't need personal stories. I really don't. That's why I love Ultimate Girls Trip, which is about to come back on. Girl, I don't know if I want to review it. I don't like Phaedra Parks. I do not like Phaedra. I don't. I don't. I don't. Y'all think I don't like Drew. I don't like Phaedra. I do not like Phaedra Parks. I'd rather deal with Candy Burris than deal with Phaedra. I don't like her. So I don't know. I'm gonna watch it because I like Eva and Dorinda is my girl. I'm about to call her Dorit. Dorinda is my girl. Brandy looked like the Joker. She over there looking like the Joker. She done went and got the Joker treatment done on her face. In an effort to look younger than your age, why don't you just increase your age? Because I could sit here and say I'm 52. I'm 52. And y'all will be like, girl, when I said the other day something about being in my 40s, y'all was like, what? Just say you older than what you really are so you can always look young instead of going through all of these elective procedures and you ending up looking like the cat lady. Face don't move, eyebrows up like this. I like the little wrinkles. I like the. I mean, you're not gonna get much genetically. My folks don't really. It's not that. I'm genetically. I'm blessed. When I look at my grandmother's skin was just always so like. I was like no wrinkles. I mean, just you look older, but not really all wrinkled up and stuff. My mom's skin. So I've been blessed. But I'm 52. Anyways, y'all take care of each other and protect your energy. Peace. I'm not 52. But I'm gonna start saying what did I say on online? I think I said I'm gonna start saying I'm 54. I'm 54. Oh my God, you look so good for your age. If you just see, y'all so busy, you don't want to get old, and instead of so you go and get elective procedures, and just instead of just changing your age, just change your age. You don't have to get no elective procedures. Your old ass Erica should be saying she's 57. Rena should how old is Rena? They should all be increasing their ages so they don't have to do all this shit to their face. Brandy Glanville, I don't think she's 50 years old. Brandy and I might be around the same age. She might be younger than me. But girl, the way your face is looking, because you're trying to look young. Brandy Glanville. She's 49. She's older than me. But girl, she's a Scorpio. But girl, she looks a mess. And you're trying to look young and you look a mess. You don't look like your younger self. You look like an old woman trying to getting work done. You don't look yourself. You don't look yourself. And instead of doing that, bitch, just say you 50, 54 so you don't have to get no work done. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.